Hello, Gemini. This is going to be your weekly reading. It actually should have taken place on what day? The 29th of April, but this is the 30th, and I'll have it up either tonight or tomorrow. So let's call it May 1st or April 30th to May 7th, 2021. And it's just going to be a very quick and simple little weekly reading where I'm going to do one card as an overview of your week ahead and a recent past, present, and near future. So let's just dive in here and see what we've got. I seem to be getting the same cards for everybody lately, which is a little bit weird, but sometimes typical. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So we've got the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords. So this is what's going to kind of color your week. So the Page of Swords is a card about a young person, usually a child, a teenager, or young adult. Can mean an older person who is very youthful. And this person is very into seeking the truth, finding knowledge, learning all the time. Knowledge, 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 input. You know, he wants it. He wants to always acquire more knowledge. Could be somebody who's actually, taking higher education or is still in school and really works hard and learning, and just a bright disposition in general. So, a smart kid, so to speak, at any age, and somebody who tries to get to the bottom of things sometimes can mean a message of truth or clarity. So if you have something like that coming in, know that this guy is the one who indicates that. I'm so sorry. I have allergies. And on one hand, I want to go, okay, every time I cough, I'll just start over. But if I do that, I'm never going to get through this. So I'm just going to do it. And I do apologize for, hacking away because it's not very attractive. So this can be a person that you know. And if it is, great, then you can identify with that. Maybe you'll be spending some time with him or her this week. And if it is not a person, it could be that message of truth or clarity, or it could be something you need to adopt, that attitude perhaps of taking on some new learning. I mean, I actually heard of somebody recently, somebody who's about my age, who at work said, I can't learn that because I can't learn. And I thought, wow, can you imagine, like, even thinking that about yourself? That's such an awful thing to think. And this was a person who was perfectly capable of actually learning. They just chose not to, which is often the case. So, just maybe that attitude of being open to learning new things, new skills. I mean, those things are sure to help you in life. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the better you're going to be. And then here we've got the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is often about looking to your past to see how to proceed in the future. It's also a card that can indicate a desire for travel. I definitely find that these cards come up, the Two and Three of Wands, when people are contemplating trips and travel and things. I would say that right now it might be the longing for that and maybe the lack of ability to do it. But it's somebody looking back and taking stock, which is obviously something we need to do a lot of. And it seems like you might be doing some deep thinking in general this week, maybe spending some time to yourself, maybe voluntarily or not. But you're going to be doing some really deep introspection, I think, which is always a good thing. So you're thinking about things. You're not quite sure maybe what to do next. You're trying to figure it out. And that is good. This is in your recent past. So maybe this is what kind of is precipitating the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is not necessarily about being alone, but a lot of people right now do tend to be spending a lot of time alone. So whether it's, on purpose or not, you might be sort of spending time to meditate, to kind of go within your own head and figure things out, to find yourself, so to speak, to, just look at your actions and how they've affected your life. That's what this can be about a lot of the time. And when you really think about things and you kind of go within, you start to follow your intuition, and it's like seeking wisdom, seeking an ability to trust your intuition. And you just get clarity about all those things. I'm not a big meditator. I don't have a lot of time to do that, so I sort of try to think about these things in a deep way when I'm doing other things like a workout or going on a walk or something like that. So if you are finding it a struggle to find time to have that introspective time, then maybe you need to make time to do that a little bit this week and really think things out, because it seems like this is a very positive reading. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this reading. It's just that it seems like you have a lot to think about right now. Like you have a lot going on, perhaps, or even if you don't have a lot going on, you have a lot to think about because you're trying to figure out what to do in your life in general, maybe, or about some very, very specific things, depending on who you are. Then we've got the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man, this is the near future. It's a very interesting card. It can also be very similar to like the Hermit and the High Priestess, about going in and trying to find wisdom within yourself and things like that. Also, it can mean being in limbo. A lot of people are feeling like they're really in limbo right now because of the, lack of ability to travel, or lack of ability to have, sometimes people won't come. Even if you're willing to give the party, not everybody's willing to come to the party right now. So it's difficult. A lot of people are feeling a little bit isolated. A lot of people are feeling like they're in limbo. They're just waiting for things to open up for them so they can do what they want to do. But the Hanged Man can also be about sacrifice, and it can be good to sacrifice, and it can be bad sacrifice. It just depends on you. Make sure you're not giving up anything of yourself unless it's for like the greater good. Like obviously, if you have children, we're always going to give up time that we might have done something else for our kids. That is not negative. That's super positive because you're spending time with them. You're helping them to achieve growth. You're doing positive, good things, spending time with them, which adds to their security, all that good stuff. It just depends on what it is, but you don't want to give up your entire social life because your boss wants you to work more at no cost. I mean, I'm sure you can figure out whatever is positive and what's negative. So, just kind of make sure that you don't sacrifice too much, or whatever you are sacrificing is for something that is absolutely something good that you're putting your time and effort into. So this is a great reading. I mean, there's nothing wrong here. You might be feeling a little because you can't do the things you want to do completely. But generally speaking, it's a very thoughtful week. It's a very, very thoughtful week, and you're going to gain something from all that thinking and reflecting and, hopefully following your intuition and all of those great things that will make you a more positive and productive person in general. So I hope you have a great week, Gemini. I really, really do. I want good things to happen for you. My email's below if you want to send me any questions or comments, and or you can comment, publicly if you prefer. And I'm also going to be doing a show in the next couple days that's going to be answering your questions. So that'll be fun. And I hope to talk to you soon. Have a wonderful week.